Hey guys, what is up? This is Cody, or xCodeh. How's it going today? Hopefully everybody watching this video is having yourself a snazzy day. Let me know in the comments down below where you're watching the video from, inside or outside of the 11th Prestige map. So the story starts out. I think I was either a freshman or a sophomore in high school. This was when it was like peak degenerate days, not giving a fuck. And I also remember this was about the age where I finally gained the micro tolerance, the more than styrofoam tolerance, that I could take 3 hits and not just 1 hit. Man, there was such a long period of time where I take 1 hit with, I'd be in a group of friends, circle, I take 1 hit and just be fucking blasted. Everybody else would be doing smoke tricks. It'd be going around, here you go, man, it's your turn. I'd be like, I just can't. I finally got to the 3-hit status, so I had a little bit of confidence in me, and I had this detention that, who the fuck likes detention? On top of it, the program I was in, we never had any homework. So like, I had shit to do at this detention. I'd be sitting there doing nothing. They wouldn't let you sleep because, you know, that'd just be too fun. So I got the bright idea of going across the street, meeting up with the sketchiest people I know, and taking a hit off their chilm of whatever the fuck they're smoking. Looking back on it, wasn't a good idea, because one of the people in the group was notorious for always bringing like this weird K2 stuff to the smoking area, to the across the street spot. And it wasn't yet at the point where the K2 was like what it is now, where you smoke some and you start eating people's face off and jumping around naked and getting arrested. Like this, it's nothing like that. At this point, all right? It's just kind of like weed. If you took weed as an experience and then took away 75% of the experience, it would probably something like that. So he was notorious for always having this weird ass shit that barely got you high. I run over to the spot. I'm on a time frame here because I got to get back to detention. It starts like right at the end of the day. I have like 5 or 10 minutes max, so I'm rushing over there. I have no money, no cigs, nothing. I'm like just going up fiending to everybody. I'm like, hey dude, can I get a hit of that? I got to go to detention, man. I'm going to be so bored. I got nothing to do. Everybody's saying no. Nobody liked that kid. Yo, dude, let me get something for free, dude. But then I walked up to the circle with the kid I already explained and a couple other people. They're giggling away with this cool-ass chilm. It was about this big. Had like this blue swirl on it. That's all I remember. But this blue cool swirl on it. Probably cheap. You can get those at head shops for like 30 bucks. Chilms are pretty cool. If you never have one of those, look into one of those. I feel like chilms are slept on, especially the ones from like cool glass blowers, because it's usually a little less glass. Get a better price, unless it's some heady ass stuff. But anyways, moving on. I'm like, hey dude, can I just get 1 hit? I gotta go to this detention and I just want to be a little high. And he's like, haha, yeah dude, sure, take a hit. Everybody watches me take the hit. I didn't think anything of it. I was still in this rush mode. These are all things that I thought about after the fact. I was in rush mode, fucking taking a hit. All right, dude, thanks. I appreciate it, man. I got you back with a cig tomorrow, something like that. I take this hit, and I don't really feel anything, you know, because I'm rushing back at this point. I'm going across the crosswalk, running back to the detention area. And the moment I sit down, if I make it there, maybe a couple seconds late or something, I get a bad look from the teacher, sit down, and it just hits me. This doesn't feel like weed at all. What is this? And it's like really, and not intense. It's not the word I'm looking for. It's not strong, but it's like weird. Really weird. I have this hyper focus on the paper I'm looking down at. Parts of it feel like weed. Like I have the little tingle action going. I'd only get that when I was about that age, when I'd smoke weed. It'd feel like my whole body is just like a fucking vibration or something. It was awesome, dude. I fucking missed that. This is probably one of the most awkward experiences I can ever remember. I'm sitting there just continually getting higher and higher, freaking out a little bit because I'm like in school. I'd never been in school this high. This was like the first time I'd ever been like actually fucking high. I'd come into school after smoking like a gram joint at the bus stop, but then you go to the breakfast, you get a little food in you, there'd be like an hour time passed, so like you wouldn't be fucked up by the time you got into first period. But this time, dude, I'm sitting there in detention, and it feels like I'm in a different zone. I'm in a different fucking realm in my head. It's not like I'm tripping, and it's not like I'm stoned. It's just so weird, and I feel high. I don't know if fucked up is the word, but it's like I'm not high on weed, but I'm high on something. Like I could not pass a sobriety test whatsoever at this point. And this is where it gets really awkward, because now the teacher is calling names, and you have to say here. And this task to me is like Mission Impossible. I'm freaking out. I'm like shivering in my seat. I'm like, oh my God, she's gonna call my name. She's gonna know I'm high. She's gonna call my name. Oh my God, here it is. And she says, Corey. And I'm like, here. Wait. Never mind. It was so bad. It was so bad, dude. She fucking saw me, and my eyes are probably fucked up at this point. A couple names later, she says Cody, and I'm like, yeah, that's me. She looks at me when she says Cody, and I raise my hand. She looks at me. She's like, and I swear this stare, it feels like it lasts for 10 full seconds. Straight dead eye contact. It was like a painting with eyes that follow you across the room. You couldn't get away. So at this point, I'm trying to distract myself. Like I said, I have no work to do at all. Everybody around me is doing work. There's this dude a couple seats over to me with a MacBook. I'm sitting there like, damn. I could be playing RuneScape if I had a laptop, acting like I'm doing work right now. This was right after old school RuneScape came out. I was fucking grinding hard after school, dude. I would skip school just to play that game. Those are the days, dude. So I'm just trying to fucking distract myself, man. Like, I got no work to do. Everybody around me's got something. So I'm just doodling on this paper. And this is what makes this so memorable to me. I'll always remember this because it felt like whatever the fuck this was. I still don't know. I never found out what this was, by the way. I don't know. I think it was some K2. Who knows? Whatever this was, it might have been weed. I don't know, dude. But I hit this stuff. It unlocked this, like, hidden artistic ability that I had no idea existed. Prestige level 11 artistic ability. And the drawings, the doodles, everything that I was drawing on this paper was blowing my fucking mind. Like, I couldn't believe everything that I was thinking of in my head. I could accurately draw on this paper. Like something, an ability I've always wanted to do. Everybody would love to be able to do that. Some people can. Some people are graced with the ability to be able to just like think of something and draw it like exactly how they see it. Obviously, most people can't do it. Think of a hand and then draw it right now, okay? It's not that fucking easy. It was like the most trippy ass drawing, swirls and characters and all. I don't know. I wish I had the drawing or something, but I don't. These kind of things were pushed to like the back of the binder, and then the binder was ultimately thrown away. So I will never forget that feeling of being able to actually draw. Like, it was like, holy shit, whatever this is, I gotta do it all the time. I could fucking be an artist. Ever since I was a kid, everybody always asked me, what do you want to be when you grow up? I always said an artist. So I was like, whoa, this is it, man. So that's what I did. The entirety of the detention, I'm sitting there just drawing away, having a blast. It didn't last the entire thing. Towards the end, I kind of started to sober up, and it was more of just tired and just feeling like I was just on something. So that I spent the entirety of the detention scribbling down random stuff on a piece of paper, being paranoid the whole time that the teacher was eyeing me down or something, looking up, you know, just giving me the ocular pat down every once in a while. But nothing crazy ended up happening that day. The next day, I'm thinking I got away with this. It's the next day, hanging out, about halfway through the day. I think it was like after lunch. I get a call in from the dean of the students, which sounds scary, but he was actually a really nice guy. He gave me so much slack so many fucking times. He was the person that caught us leaving school to go smoke cigs the first day of my freshman year. He's like, come on guys, you can't be doing that. He calls my classroom and tells me to come down to his office. I still have no idea what it could possibly be because in my mind, I got away with it already. I'm not even thinking about it. So I get to his office, I sit down in his chair. He spins around in his chair and he's like, Cody, I've got an unfortunate call from the teacher who was working detention yesterday. They think that you might have been high on something. Is there anything you want to talk about? I'm sitting there like, no, of course not. I would never go to school high. Because he knew that I smoked weed, dude. It was very blatantly obvious. I used to wear all like the Rasta accessories, long ass hair. It's as long as it is today, you know, very long hair. Shitty attitude, didn't want to be there. I used to hang around with all the smokers. It was blatantly obvious what I did in my after school hours. The shock on my face, I could definitely tell right away. He saw right through it. He knew right away that I was high as fuck in that detention. But I still went with it. I'm like, oh no, I would never do that. No. I only do that after school. I would never ever go to school high. And he's like, well, the detention lady saw that you were visibly, you know, your eyes were red and you didn't want to look at them, you know, and you kept looking down at your paper. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you, man. Maybe I was tired or something. I played it off so good. Maybe I did. Maybe this guy, like I said, he could see right through it, but I was so calm, collected, confident. I was shocked at first only because I forgot about it. I was like, oh shit, maybe the teacher did see me. I wasn't nervous of getting in trouble or anything though, because this guy was so nice. Like the vibe he was giving me It was more so like, are you okay? Do you want to talk about anything? Like a guidance counselor or something. But then at the end of it, he was just like, I don't want to see you coming to school high, okay? The next time I hear someone say that about you, I'm going to have to get the police involved. That shook me, all right? That shook me in my bones because I hadn't had any altercation. I had any altercations with the cops yet. Like, this was, fuck that. I want you to leave a like on this video. It's 90 degrees outside. I had to turn my AC on and I'm wearing a winter hat. Leave a like. Thank you. I've never smoked or done any drugs that gave me that artistic ability again. Maybe it's one of those like first time experiences that you always chase, you know, or something like that you'll never be able to get again. That sounds like doing other drugs. Anyways, the first couple times you smoke weed, it's a crazy experience that you don't experience ever again. And that's what I meant. Okay, listen. I wish, dude. I wish. You know how many times I tried to fucking smoke a joint and start drawing? None of it. Whatever the fuck that was, man. Holy shit. Would I do it again if someone had it, like the exact same stuff? Hell no. Absolutely not. Because it really didn't feel like any weed I'd ever smoked. It felt very similar to like the weak K2 stuff, but it was like the weak plus this weird strong aspect that made me feel actually fucking high. Because the other stuff was just like, whatever, you know? You felt a little high, like in the eyes or something. Like the time where I got caught coming back, smoking it with like this blueberry kush stuff. I have a whole story about it. Come back and there's this teacher that had to be like on my side all the time with the special ed program I was in. Just because I'd always leave class. I'd always skip this art class. So he'd always be there to make sure I stayed there. It was like kind of like that. I had a whole story about it, but basically he caught me. He was like, what did you do? You know, one of those scenarios. I'm like, oh, nothing. It kind of felt like that. But a little bit more intense. Like I'd always hear this guy that was in the group talk about there'd be tiers, like kind of like salvia, where there'd be 10x, 50x, 100x. It'd be like that same scale, but it was with this fake weed shit. So I'm thinking that's what it was. I never got confirmation because I don't know. I never thought to ask the kids. I didn't really care, I guess, because it was over, you know. Let me know if you've ever fucking smoked weed and just turned into an artist. All right, let me know if that's ever happened. I feel like that's not something that happened. Let me know if you've ever got caught high in detention, because it's fucked. You're already in trouble, man. It's double trouble. Don't ever smoke K2 or any of that fake shit, dude. Fuck that shit, all right? It's nothing like that now. That shit'll send you on a nightmare trip. It's horrible. Absolutely worst drug you could do. I'm not trying to be Mr. PSA good guy YouTuber over here, but that shit is seriously fucked up. Don't do it. Thank you to everybody who supported me on Patreon. Here's a list of all the names on screen right now. For $1 or $2 a month, you can support the channel and get access to uncensored, secret, unlisted videos. Link in the description for more information. That made it sound like something it's not. I promise you, it's just it's smoking videos. That's all it is. I just smoke, answer questions, look at bud pics. It's pretty lit. So I know this story wasn't above and beyond crazy. I didn't get tackled by the SWAT team and smoked meth with the principal or something, but I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys have yourself a snazzy day. Leave a like on the video right the fuck now if you enjoyed it, all right? Subscribe for more with the bell on, all right? Social media's in the description. You could just go to xCodeh.com. It's got all of them. It's all right there. Follow me on everything, all right? Now it's not an option. You have to do it. It's mandatory. Hope you enjoyed. Stay high, stay lifted, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Stay high, stay lifted, and stay snazzy.